Salute, salute, salute. We are in the building once again, man. Once a freaking game. You know what I mean? Once a freaking game. We're in the building once a freaking game. Salute to everybody out there, man. Salute to everybody out there. We are ready for a great show. A great show. Just a great show today, man. You know how it is. You know how we do. Oh man, another day. Another day. We listen, I don't write these scripts, man. I don't write no script. I just click on the videos, man. I don't write no script. I don't write no script. I don't write no script, man. It just happened to be every single day. It just happened to be every single day. Just happens to be every single day. Every single day. Okay? It just happens to be. I don't want it to be this way, man. I want y'all to stop, man. I want y'all to stop. I want y'all to stop, man. You know what I mean? I want y'all to stop. It won't stop. Peace into Montauk, everybody. Shout out to everybody out there, man. We are in the building, man. We are live and direct, man. I've been working on the site all day, cleaning up them bugs, man. Finally got cleaning up them bugs. Been working on the site all day, cleaning up them bugs, cleaning up those. Cleaning up them bugs, man. You know what happened is everybody kept asking me to fix stuff, right? Fix this, fix that on the site, fix this on the site, fix that on the site. And what happened is I fixed so much stuff. Somebody say, I don't like the way this looks on the site. I fix it. Some people are like, you need to add this to the site. I fix it. Some people are like, you need to do this. I fix it. I fixed so much stuff that last night the site was overloaded with so much back end commands going back and forth that it started glitching. So what I did today is I cleared out all that stuff. Fuck it, man. I took all the little things. I got them to tie it right and clean up the back end. That's why last night the stream on Off Nation News was so wonky was because I had fixed everything y'all would ask me. You'd be like, somebody be like, do this, do that, do this, make this look like that, make this look like that, make this look like this, make this look like that. And I would just do it instantly. And I overloaded the site. That's why the stream last night was wrong. If you visited OckNationNews.com yesterday, I apologize. It was very wonky yesterday. It was overloaded with different, the back end was just a big jumbled mess. When I talk about the back end, I'm talking about the code version of it. The code was all fucked up. That makes everything run. That was all fucked up because I had made too many changes. So what I did is go and clean that up, and things were crossing and messing with other things. One thing was blocking another thing was blocking another thing, and da 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 da. So I fixed all that today, and the viewing experience over there will be like it was before yesterday. Because before yesterday it was very good viewing experience, but now it's back to normal over there on OckNation.com. I cleaned it up. A lot of stuff, man. Did a lot of stuff over there, man. Shout out watching from London, man. Okay. So again today I got more stuff from YouTube, man. I got more letters from YouTube. Okay. So who saw the Andrew Gillum? Who saw Andrew Gillum the other day, man? The Andrew Gillum video, man. Who saw that? Oh, we got a great show for you guys. I'm just warming it up. Don't you worry about a damn thing, okay? Don't you worry about a damn thing, okay? We are just warming it up. Letting people get in here. Don't you worry about a damn thing. I got you. So yeah, YouTube sent me more messages today. More messages today from the tube, man. Your video has been removed from YouTube. Former Democratic Party poster boy Andrew Gillum arrested with meth and bong. So they removed the post. They didn't even remove the video. They removed. I put a post on my other channel. So hey, come over here to Ock Nation News and watch this. They removed that and sent me a letter saying, your video, former Democrat Party poster boy Andrew Gillum arrested with meth and bong. Join us at 1:30 p.m. watch. Has been removed from YouTube for terms of service violation. It contains a copyright content from a video that was previously removed from YouTube due to a copyright takedown notice. How we find violations? We use a combination of automated systems and human reviews. I think they got a human dedicated to my channels. They got an associate or an employee that's only job is to review my channel. Because every day I get a letter from them. It's not normal, man. You guys know I've been on YouTube for 10 years. So I know what's normal and I know what's not. I'm not no spring chicken. I know what's normal and I know what's not. You might get a letter from YouTube every once in a blue moon, you know what I mean? Or even, once a month. You ain't gonna get a letter from YouTube every day like I have been getting lately about something I'm doing and something I did wrong. That's not normal. I'm not long for YouTube. I'm not long for YouTube. And that's why I continue to tell you guys to go over to OckNationNews.com. The site is fixed. Yesterday we had a huge problem over there. I told you the back end got screwed up because I made too many changes for requested changes from people. I cleaned all that up on the back end. The viewing over on OckNationNews.com is 100% back to normal, back to where it was prior to yesterday, where it's a beautiful viewing experience. Doesn't drop, doesn't snag, nothing. Just perfect viewing. Everything's wonderful over there. Salute to everybody that's over there too right now. Yeah. Let's get into it. Let's see. It was 98 degrees in Dallas. Oh wow. We got some stuff. We got some stories from Dallas, man. Let me go to Dallas, man. We got some stories for Dallas, man. We got some stories in Dallas, man. Kind of think about it. We got some stories in Dallas. Here goes a story in Dallas right here. I'm glad you mentioned Dallas.
3 men in masks with high-powered rifles and murder on their minds roll into a Pleasant Grove strip center June 9th and kill an innocent man who was running from their gunfire. I'm Clarice Tinsley. Police know Myron Henry was not their target, but don't know why they took aim at him. Fox 4 Sean Rebb has the surveillance video and the detective who needs your help.
We are outside the Bruton Food Mart. We're at Masters and Bruton, 2015 North Masters. Detective Casey Shelton, Dallas homicide, where Myron Henry, innocent man, lost his life June 9th. What happened here, sir?
So on June 9th, in the evening time, about 6:30, 6:45, Mr. Henry was sitting along the glass next to the food mart, minding his own business, living life, doing his own thing. Just a good person. And then about 6:20, an individual that we found on video that's unmasked. He's just wearing white shirt, dark shorts, sneakers, and it looks like he has his mask on his head. He jumps the fence over here about the concrete in the fence.
Yes, sir.
Walks right past Mr. Henry. Doesn't even pay attention to him. Comes over here, looks, leaves. 20 minutes later, the suspect vehicle, which is a Jeep Grand Cherokee, comes down the alley on this side of the concrete wall and stops just around the corner. 2 of the evil men that were in that vehicle get out, run around the corner with masks on, with semi-automatic rifles, run right past Mr. Henry, who's still sitting here. They come around the corner, they start shooting their semi-automatic rifles towards people. They strike somebody and he lives. Well, when Mr. Henry hears the gunfire from the video we see, all right, he jumps up and he starts running back towards the back of the store. The individual that we saw first without his mask, now he's rounding the corner, all right, with his mask on, and he's got a rifle. As he's coming around the corner, he sees Mr. Henry and directly shoots at him, all right, with his semi-automatic rifle. Just murders him for no reason. Mr. Henry falls between 2 vehicles. About the time he falls, these 2 evil men come as they're running back. They see what transpired, and one of them turns his rifle and shoots at Mr. Henry.
There are 3 men, but one of them we see clearly with no mask.
Black community, we need help. There are 1,000 black people on TikTok and Instagram trying to find out, playing detective with the Nolan Wells situation. Can we get one of you blacks to come and help us with this? Why aren't all the black TikTok detectives trying to help solve this murder? This guy was 100% murdered. This is a 100% murderer. He 100% murdered this guy. He's on the run. This guy's dead. This guy got murdered by this guy and the 2 other guys that were in the truck. Why is Black America not trying to help find this murderer? Why is it only Nolan Wells? What's so special about Nolan Wells? Shout out to Roger Wood, man. Roger Wood over there, Vladimir Vendez. I need y'all to tell me how the viewing experience is over there. I don't know what you're talking about, Vlad. I'm staring right at the screen, Vlad. Vlad, I'm staring right at the screen. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm staring right at the screen. Ain't nothing to refresh, ain't nothing. Everything's perfect. I'm staring right at the screen. But yeah, anyway, let me why are we not trying to solve these type cases? Why are we not trying to solve these type cases? Huh? Why are we not trying to solve these type cases? Thank you, Vlad. Thank you, Vlad. I told you, Vlad. You. Why are we not trying to solve these type cases? Think about it. Think about it. This is an actual murder where the murderers are on the lam. These murderers are out there. The detective is begging you to help him. This is not like Nolan Wells where the detectives are saying, oh, there's no crime happened here. With Nolan Wells, the detectives are saying there is no crime. Nothing happened here. He just drowned. 1,000 niggas are creating theories about how he died. This one, the detective is begging you, please. We have pictures. We have pictures of them committing the murder. We have pictures of them running around with assault rifles. Please help us find them. Radio silence from niggas. Radio silence. Radio silence. Radio silence from niggas. Radio silence from niggas. Nothing. Nolan. Nolan, what's his name? What's that cat's name? Nolan. Nolan Wells. The cops said he did not drown. The cops said there's nothing to see here. These niggas are hoping that this kid drowned. I mean, that this kid was murdered. These niggas are praying that this kid was murdered by these white people. Every nigga on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter is a detective all of a sudden. They all are looking through old tweets and snitching on the white people, pulling up information about these white people. Yet, when we have an actual murder where you niggas in your community radio silence, and I'm not talking about a murder where somebody's been caught. We're talking about a murder where no one is in custody. Broad daylight, assault rifles, innocent man, wasn't even the target. Nothing. I mean, radio silence. It's a damn shame, man. And this kid's family, no one cares about this guy's family. These niggas don't care about this guy's family. They don't care about his family because he wasn't killed by a white person or a cop. They don't give a fuck. Niggas are evil. Press 1.
3 men in masks with high-powered rifles and murder on their minds roll into a Pleasant Grove strip center June 9th and kill an innocent man who was running from their gunfire. I'm Clarice Tinsley. Police know Myron Henry was not their target, but don't know why they took aim at him. Fox 4 Sean Rabb has the surveillance video and the detective who needs your help.
We are outside the Bruton Food Mart. We're at Masters and Bruton, 2015 North Masters, Detective Casey Shelton Dallas homicide, where Myron Henry, innocent man, lost his life June 9th. What happened here, sir?
So on June 9th, in the evening time, about 6:30, 6:45, Mr. Henry was sitting along the glass next to the food mart, minding his own business, living life, doing his own thing. Just good person. And then about 6:20, an individual that we found on video that's unmasked. He's just wearing white shirt, dark shorts, sneakers, and it looks like he has his mask on his head. He jumps the fence over here about the concrete in the fence.
Yes, sir.
Walks right past Mr. Henry. Doesn't even pay attention to him. Comes over here, looks, leaves. 20 minutes later, the suspect vehicle, which is a Jeep Grand Cherokee, okay, comes down the alley on this side of the concrete wall and stops just around the corner. Two of the evil men that were in that vehicle get out, run around the corner with masks on, with semi-automatic rifles, run right past Mr. Henry, who's still sitting here. They come around the corner, they start shooting their semi-automatic rifles towards people. Okay, they strike somebody and he lives. Well, when Mr. Henry hears the gunfire from the video we see, all right, he jumps up and he starts running back towards the back of the store. The individual that we saw first without his mask, now he's rounding the corner, all right, with his mask on, and he's got a rifle. As he's coming around the corner, he sees Mr. Henry and directly shoots at him, all right, with a semi-automatic rifle. Just murders him for no reason. Mr. Henry falls between two vehicles. And by the time he falls, these two evil men come, as they're running back, they see what transpired, and one of them turns his rifle and shoots at Mr. Henry.
There are three men, but one of them we see clearly with no mask on.
That's correct.
Look, let me ask you, is it clear enough, the video clear enough in your opinion, Detective Shelton, that if you know him, you'll know him?
It's pretty clear. Somebody knows who this is, and they're going to recognize him from the video.
How can folks get at you, Detective Casey Shelton?
They can reach me directly at 214-283-4900. They can call or text that number, or they can email me, c.shelton@dallaspolice.gov.
Myron Henry did not deserve to die, doing nothing wrong. Help Detective Shelton and Dallas Police solve the murder of innocent Myron Henry. Bring justice for his family.
And you can also watch past trackdown stories, and maybe you can help solve a crime. Go to the Fox 4 YouTube page, youtube.com/Fox 4 News.
Unbelievable. So sad, man. I mean, that is sad that kid, no one gives a shit about that kid.
Our other top story tonight, 1 week after that triple shooting that left a 4-year-old girl dead, we're learning what happened in the moments leading up to the gunfire.
The girl's mother and her 2-year-old sister were left with life-threatening injuries. And the accused gunman is their father, 29-year-old Trudale Reed Jr.
News4Jax has obtained the arrest affidavit in which detectives detail what they say was captured on a doorbell Ring camera. Reporter Chris Will explains seconds before shots were fired, the two little girls ran to their dad to give him a hug.
We just got the arrest report and warrant affidavit for Trudale Reed Jr. He is now charged in the triple shooting here on Tracy Lynn Drive.
We first brought you these images last Tuesday, an emotional scene after police say a 4-year-old was shot and killed. Her 2-year-old sister and mother left fighting for their lives after an apparent domestic dispute. By Wednesday, JSO announced Reed's arrest for murder and 2 counts of attempted murder.
But many questions about what happened remain. Newly released documents show that investigators say a Ring doorbell camera captured key moments leading up to the shooting.
Detectives say the video on that camera shows Reed arriving at the home where Breonna Johnson and their 2 children lived. They say the 2 children run out, hug Reed, and then go back inside. Detectives say minutes later, Reed allegedly pulls out a handgun and fires 15 rounds at Johnson and toward the open front door. Police say,
Wow. This nigga's a savage, bro. A woman can make you that mad, though. I think what he did was terrible, and I think he deserves the death penalty. I think he should be hung because of the action. You know, you're responsible for your actions. So I would hang this dude, you know, by his dick and throw him off a fucking cliff. You know what I mean? But a woman can still make you that mad. But you have to control yourself, man. You have to control yourself. You're required to control yourself. Nobody else can control you but you. Women make you mad. Women talk shit. Women try to ruin your life. Women make every day something. Every day something. It's always, especially when you not with them, and you got children with them, and they try to make everything hard. They try to make everything difficult when it's custody situations. I got you, but you can't fire 15 shots into a doorway where your children are. So I would give this guy the death penalty. But I do understand that women in custody situations piss you off.
But many questions about what happened remain. Newly released documents show that investigators say a Ring doorbell camera captured key moments leading up to the shooting.
Detectives say the video on that camera shows Reed arriving at the home where Brianna Johnson and their 2 children lived. They say the 2 children run out, hug Reed, and then go back inside. Detectives say minutes later, Reed allegedly pulls out a handgun and fires 15 rounds at Johnson and toward the open front door. Police say there were no return shots. The affidavit says investigators believe rounds went through the screen door and into the home, striking the children.
According to police, several witnesses say Reed took off in a blue Volkswagen. According to those arrest documents, his mother told them that it belonged to her and that she was there to pick up Reed and the kids to go.
He just left. He shot into the doorway where his kids were and just left. He didn't try to see if they were okay. He didn't try to see if, he shot at the mother, presumably, but he didn't try to see if the kids were okay. He just left. He just rolled out.
Back to their house. Police eventually found Reed and tried to stop him in that car right here on Torrey Place and Valley Forge Road.
Police say Reed didn't immediately pull over and they took him into custody after a short pursuit.
JSO says Reed was hurt in that crash, but once released from the hospital, they took him here to be interviewed. Investigators say he told them he drank multiple pints of vodka, blacked out, didn't remember anything that happened from that day.
Reed is facing second-degree murder with a weapon in the child's death and 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder with weapon connected to the mother and the surviving child. He's also charged with aggravated fleeing, shooting into an occupied home, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and grand theft auto. Chris Will, Channel 4, the local station.
And if you or someone you know is dealing with domestic violence, help is available 24/7. We've got a number on the screen here for you, the National Domestic Violence Hotline. It's 1-800-799-SAFE or 799-7233.
Wow.
This is Fox 45 News at 5.
Fox 45 is following 2 big criminal investigations in the Baltimore area.
In Baltimore County, a community in shock after 2 siblings are found shot to death in their Gwen Oak home.
And in Harford County, the sheriff's office sheds new light on their investigation into a weekend shooting at a house party in Fallston. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kai Jackson.
I'm Mary Bubala. We begin with the deaths of a brother and sister found shot to death inside their home. Overnight and throughout today, detectives have been scouring the scene and surrounding area to kickstart their investigation. And now we're hearing from area residents who are just realizing the scale of this tragedy.
Fox 45's Alexa Ashwell is following the early stages of the investigation. She's live near the scene right now. Alexa.
Yes, Kymera, this is a case that has simply devastated the community. Right now, investigators say they're still working to identify and locate a suspect. Meanwhile, here outside the house, remnants of what neighbors describe as once happy times, the kids often playing on this basketball hoop. But just to the side below the window, we see 2 bullet holes. This home now the scene of a double murder investigation. A community left in shock and asking why after Baltimore.
Where are the black detectives? Where are the black detectives? These kids are dead. No one knows who killed them. Where are the black TikTok detectives?
County police say a mother found her 2 children murdered inside their home here in Gwen Oak.
I heard the screams.
Norma Townsend says it was the heart-wrenching screams coming from her neighbor's home yesterday evening that first alerted her something was deeply wrong.
And these loud cries, it was heart-wrenching. And I said to my husband, "Do you hear that?" And he said, "Yeah, what is it?" And I gave him his dinner and I looked out the window, and that's when I saw a woman coming out of the house, bent over, gasping for breath. And it was like, yeah, she had saw something that was just devastating. And then you heard more cries and people gathering together. So I knew it was something very serious.
For shooting in progress, 6102 Tallies Road, 6102 Tallies off of Cardinal Court in Tulsa. Kids shot in the bedroom and daughter shot in the hallway.
According to Baltimore County Police, the mother of the children called 911 after discovering their bodies. Dispatch audio indicating her 9-year-old son was found shot in a bedroom and her 15-year-old daughter was found shot in the hallway, both pronounced dead at the scene.
Oh, no, do we have any information on suspect's location?
We're working on it. 41 and I are clearing the house.
House is clear.
Dispatch audio captured responding officers canvassing the neighborhood for witnesses and any video footage. Investigators confirming the father of the children was contacted and also arrived on scene.
Let everyone know that's Dad walking up here right now.
The discovery so deeply disturbing, County Police Chief Robert McCullough visibly impacted while providing a preliminary update on what was now a double murder investigation.
I will tell you that, you remember every child. And it's not only children, but even young people. It's just even more tragic.
Then the chief calling the case an isolated incident, and at the time said it was too soon in the investigation to answer questions about any signs of forced entry or a weapon. Today, Baltimore County Police confirming investigators were still actively reviewing evidence as they worked to identify and locate the suspect.
It's a very quiet neighborhood.
As the investigation develops, neighbors wrapping their arms around a family forever changed.
They just recently had a celebration there. It was a birthday, and the children bouncies and the kids were playing and having a wonderful time. And our children have grown up and moved on. And when you see a little one and hear the voice of a little one, that gives you hope. They're so innocent. So we're here to help in any way that we can. They were new to the community.
Yeah, Baltimore County Police say they will not be releasing the identities of the children today. Anyone with any information on this case is asked to contact the department. Reporting live in Gwen Oak, Alexa Ashwell, Fox 45 News.
Where are the black online detectives to help find these who killed these two kids? Where the online detectives, man? Where's everybody at? Two children found dead in a Baltimore neighborhood in their home. Who did it? That's a who done it, right? That's who done it for you niggas, right?
As we come on the air, police are looking for their killer.
And WJZ Live.
Police are looking for their killer, black community. You gonna help this? Because Nolan Wells, there's no reason we should have all the black online detectives on the same case. Press 1. Why should we have all the black online detectives on the same case? That doesn't make any sense. Some of you black detectives that's working the Nolan Wells case, can you get over to this case in Gwen Oaks? Some of you niggas that's working the Nolan Wells case, can we get you over to this case? And can we get you over to the case in Dallas? We got enough online nigga detectives to work all these cases. Press 1. Press 1. We have enough online nigga detectives to work all of these cases. Salute. Support the channel too, guys. Hit the PayPal, hit the Cash App, hit the super. I'm here cooking. If I was talking about how black women wear weaves and shit, y'all niggas would be dropping hundreds in the chat. If I was talking about how black women need to stop wearing weaves, niggas would be dropping hundreds in my motherfucking PayPal and in my Cash App. Hundreds. Where are all the internet detectives? Where are they?
As we come on the air, police are looking for their killer.
And WJZ live near that scene in Gwynn Oak tonight. Casey Baylor joining us now. And Casey, a lot of unanswered questions with this, and neighbors and the chief say stuff like this does not happen in their community.
Rick, Nikki, not just neighbors are saying this, also the Baltimore County Police Chief, Robert McCullough. He says the worst kind of calls they get on this block are for noise and speeding complaints, but now his detectives are investigating a double homicide. They're pursuing leads, they're reviewing the evidence, and they're hoping to track down a suspect soon.
When you hear children, you just get joy.
A neighbor who did not want to go on camera says seeing a family with children who recently moved to Tallis Road brought a smile to her face. She didn't know them personally, but saw them often.
It's nothing like hearing them and seeing them in their bouncy, having a good time.
The tone of this Gwynn Oak community quickly shifted Tuesday night.
We were preparing dinner and I heard these horrific screams.
Look at that. Look at that. The family needs you, Black America. Black America, the family needs you. This family is in pain. They need your detective work to come find out who did this. This family needs all the black community detectives it can, all the black community detectives it can find, man. Coming home, your 9-year-old's dead in the bedroom and the 15-year-old's dead in the fucking hallway, and nobody's there. Imagine what this family's going through, man.
I went to the window and at that time I saw a woman coming out bent over, coming from her house.
Baltimore County police say 2 children, ages 9 and 15, were found shot to death inside their home. The boy and girl appeared to be siblings, according to detectives. Their parents returned to the house around 7:30 Tuesday night, found them, and called police.
I've seen a lot of things in my career, but this is something that's horrific. It's tragic. It's something that doesn't happen in this community.
Police tape surrounded the home Tuesday as investigators gathered evidence. It was an alarming sight for neighbors.
I think that anytime something like this happens, it's devastating. It's not something that should happen. And then, obviously when it happens in your neighborhood, that is an extra level of concern.
Wednesday, 2 bullet holes could be seen at the front of this house. Police Chief Robert McCullough says
those bullets are coming from, look like they're coming from inside the house. I'm no expert, but it looks like these bullets came from inside the house, out.
At the front of this house, Police Chief Robert McCullough says this shooting appears to be an isolated incident. However, residents are still on edge as detectives work to find whoever is responsible.
And pray that whoever done this get caught soon.
And Councilman Julian Jones wrote in a statement that he's horrified to hear about the shooting, also adding that these 2 children deserved a chance to grow up and live full lives. Meanwhile, Baltimore County police say they're increasing patrols in this area and they're asking you to give them a call if you have any information that will lead them to a suspect. Reporting live on your corner from Gwen Oak, I'm Casey Baylor for WJZ.
All right, let's see what niggas is up to, man. Let's see what niggas is up to. Let's see what niggas is up to. Cause we got a lot of. I just showed you 2 crimes where we need detectives. Let's see what niggas is up to.
Major update on Nolan. Not only has the parent/judge of one of those kids that went with Nolan to the island spoken out, but the police have spoken directly with TMZ and are doubling down on their statement that they do not suspect foul play as of yet. Judge Cole on a Facebook post says that her son.
If
major update on.
If the police said they don't suspect foul play in this Nolan Wells case, can we get some of you niggas to come over to some of these other cases in the black community? They said it was no foul play. The kid drowned. Not the first time, not the last time. Can we get some of you niggas to come over to some of these other cases in the black community where there's no suspects in custody? Where the police are actually saying there was a crime committed. We need your help. You guys think we're gonna get it? You guys think we're gonna get any help with those? Think we will get any help with those? Cause these niggas are doing some detective work. They getting their detective on. With this case that the police say we don't need any help. It's over. Case closed. He drowned. Every nigga in the world want to help with this case. None of them want to help with none of the other cases.
Nolan. Not only has the parent/judge of one of those kids that went with Nolan to the island spoken out, but the police have spoken directly with TMZ and are doubling down on their statement that they do not suspect foul play as of yet. Judge Cole on a Facebook post says that her son did leave Nolan on the island around 4:30 because they lost track of him around 3 o'clock. Also that they were having boat issues. She says that he is 100% working with the police and that they are saddened by the passing of Nolan. Nolan's family are doing an independent autopsy to find out if he had any physical harm or anything done to his body. It stated that we will know the full autopsy by Friday. The police tell TMZ that yes, they are doubling down that they still think that there was no foul play involved in Nolan's passing, stating that if anybody is able to come provide them with evidence to make them feel otherwise, they are welcoming it. Also, people kept saying that Nolan left his phone on the boat because there's no signal on the island. But there are multiple people showing that they were on Snapchat, they were posting from the island. But okay, regardless, I'll keep y'all updated about this whole situation. Major update on Nolan. Not only has the parent/judge of one of the...
These niggas are absolutely crazy. This is what they're doing. They're fixated on this case.
Did y'all hear one of Nolan's real friends speaking about what he believes happened? Listen to this.
I know that friend group that he was with
is known for,
I bet you.
I don't know if I can say this substance.
I bet you that this is.
Did y'all hear one of Nolan's
I bet you the nigga that's talking is just some nigga on the internet. I bet you the black person that's talking don't know any of them people. Remember with Carmelo, it was that people coming out saying, "Yeah, I was there, man. I seen it, man. They jumped at him, man. Him and Austin got in a fight a week earlier at a party." Remember that from Carmelo? And all the people turned out to be hoaxers. Salute to Charles, man. Charles in the building, man. I think we can get more than one person to sponsor the show tonight. I think we can get more than one person to sponsor the show tonight. The way we cooking, man. The way we cooking, man. Hit that PayPal, hit that super chat. Let's see if we get 10 people, man. We shouldn't have to ask for that here, man. Nobody does this, man. We the only ones that do this. We the only ones that do this, man. We the only ones that call these niggas out on their bullshit without being nice about it. You know, we got some niggas that call them out and then they come back the next day and go and try to win them back over. I'm not gonna come back tomorrow and try to win these niggas over. I'm not gonna come back tomorrow and apologize. I'm not gonna come back tomorrow and be on some woke bullshit to try to counteract the shit I did the day before to balance it out. Hit that PayPal, hit that Cash App, hit that Super Chat, sponsor the show, support the channel. You ain't got to worry about me tomorrow coming back being like, yeah, I know yesterday I went in on niggas, but watch, today I got you niggas back. Today I got you niggas back. We cool again today, nigga.
Friend speaking about what he believes happened. Listen to this.
I know that friend group that he was with is known for, I don't know if I can say this substance, but they're known for doing a certain substance. And, you know, some of us who have spoke to Nolan prior to the island date, we know that they were known for doing that substance. Another thing that we believe is, what if they peer pressured him into doing something? And again, with the mixture of alcohol and
this is allegedly, y'all. This is allegedly, and Jesus just giving us his synopsis of what he feels. So allegedly, Jesus, you got to remember when you're getting on these panels, you got to say allegedly because somebody will try to wrap you up.
Allegedly, coming from his friend group that knows him very well. I'm talking about teammates that played with him, went to school with him, and folks that see him every weekend. Allegedly, we believe that maybe something just didn't go the way they wanted it to. Maybe they were trying to have a little bit too much fun, and it was just a mistake that they covered up. But I know for a fact that friend group that they were with is known for a certain substance. So it does not surprise me whatsoever. And I'm almost certainly confident, allegedly, that there was that substance on that boat.
So Nolan was doing that substance. Okay. If that guy's not a liar and not full of shit.
You mentioned earlier there are some contradictions.
Yes.
What gives you confidence or perhaps concern about the investigation so far?
Well, the fact that they continue to tell the family that we don't see any evidence of any foul play, even though you have students who recorded an altercation while they were on the boats of argument where you had Nolan and somebody yelling at one another on the boat. So that's an issue. And then you have the young lady make a statement and she says, well, Nolan and I finished talking and Nolan said he was going back to the boat. And then the boys on the boat said, no, Nolan told them he was going to stay with her. And so they are conflicting. She's saying he went and got on the boat. They saying he didn't get on the boat. So which is it? And all we know is Nolan is dead.
You mentioned earlier there are some contradictions.
Yes.
What gives you confidence or perhaps concern about the investigation so far?
Well, the fact that they continue to tell the family that we don't see any evidence of any foul play, even though you have students who recorded an altercation while they were on the boats of argument where you had Nolan and somebody yelling at one another on the boat. So that's an issue. And then you have the young lady make a statement and she says, well, Nolan and I finished talking, and Nolan said he was going back to the boat. And then the boys on the boat said, no, Nolan told them he was going to stay with her. And so they are conflicting. She's saying he went and got on the boat. They saying he didn't get on the boat. So which is it? And all we know is Nolan is dead.
You mentioned earlier there are some contradictions. What gives you confidence or perhaps concern?
Were y'all raised with rules that nobody ever explained? Mine were things like leave with who you came with, come back with who you came with. Don't let somebody else be your only ride home. Let me know when you get there, share your location. And if you look around and realize that you're the only Black person there, leave or pay attention.
That is
Nobody
not
ever
true.
sat me down
Nobody
and
ever
said,
says
here.
that. Niggas,
Were
I'm not
y'all
gonna
raised
let
with
you niggas
rules
lie.
that nobody ever explained? Mine were things like,
I'm not gonna let you niggas lie. Nobody ever said that. That's not a rule. That's not something that niggas tell each other. I would have heard about that before. I was today years old or yesterday years old when I started hearing, if you the only Black person, then leave. Niggas have not been telling people that. Niggas have never said that. I'm the niggas nigga that ever niggered. Niggas have not been saying that. Press 1. Where all my niggas at? Where all my Black people in the chat? Have niggas been saying, son, gotta pull you to the side. We gotta have a talk. If you's the only Black person somewhere, leave. Like, when the fuck did that shit start? When the fuck? What the fuck? That's like Juneteenth. That's like Juneteenth. You never heard of that shit till they made it a holiday. I never heard no shit like that. If you the only Black person around, then you got to leave. I heard where there's 3 or more niggas, that's a place I won't be. Where there's more than 3, that's a place I won't be. I've heard that. I've never heard that. Salute to Steve, man. He said demonetization is some bullshit. Yeah, demonetization is some bullshit. I wish y'all would monetize me. Y'all can monetize me though. Y'all can monetize me. But demonetization is some bullshit. You right. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate you. I'm telling you, man. Listen. I've never heard this shit in my life. Ever. I've never heard this shit this bitch is talking about.
were y'all raised with rules that nobody ever explained? Mine were things like leave with who you came with, come back with who you came with.
Those 2, yes. I've heard those.
Don't let somebody else be your only ride home. Let me.
I guess, but you can't really do something about that sometimes. Like, That one, I mean, like, what if you ain't got no fucking car? Like that one, I don't know how about maybe girls hear that. I don't know. Like fuck, man, you go places you ain't got no fucking car. Your friends you ride. If they don't give you a ride, you walk back home. You catch the bus, catch the train, catch an Uber, catch a taxi cab. Call your parents. I never heard this. Don't never let somebody else be your only ride home. Like if that was the case, you wouldn't go anywhere half the time. Press 1. You would never go anywhere. Especially when you were young. Don't let anybody be your only ride home. What the fuck are these niggas talking about? These niggas are just what are these niggas talking about? What are these niggas talking about?
You know, when you get there, share your location. And if you look around and realize that you're the only Black person there, leave or pay attention. Nobody ever sat me down and said, here's why we do this. Those were just the rules, you know? And the older I've gotten, the more I realize that those rules didn't come from paranoia. They came from history. Somebody, somewhere, learned those lessons the hard way. And then they made sure the rest of us didn't have to. In 1998, James Byrd Jr. accepted a ride from 3 white men in Jasper, Texas.
And we did this video. It was a drug beef. He owed the white boy money. The white boy killed him over a drug debt. Had nothing to do with no race. The white guy killed him over a drug debt. It had nothing to do with race. We did this video. I should put the link to this in the chat. We did this video. This was a drug debt, but they did kill him brutally. They drug him from the back of a pickup truck, and his body just fell apart as they drug him from the back of a pickup truck. But it had nothing to do with race. It was a drug debt.
They chained him to the back of a pickup truck and dragged him for miles until he died. Every Black parent who heard that story added another rule. Be careful who you get in the car with.
That day she's talking about, when you heard about that, there were probably 50 niggas that got murdered that day. Press 1 by other niggas. Well, this day in 1998 that she talking about, 1998, James such and such got killed by some white people. That day, whatever day it was in 1998, there were 50 niggas that got killed by other niggas. And the next day, there were 50 more niggas that got killed by other niggas. And the next day, there were 50 more niggas. These people are absolutely, positively crazy. Support the channel via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat. All the links in the description box. All the links in the description box. All the links are in the description box.
In 2013, 19-year-old Renisha McBride, she crashed her car right outside of Detroit, and she walked to a nearby house looking for help. But the homeowner shot her through the screen door. Another rule: know how you're getting home before you ever leave and make sure you have a plan B. Then there's Tamla Horsford, 40 years old, mom of 5. She went to a sleepover with women that she knew. She was the only Black woman there, and the next morning she was dead. Her death was ruled an accident, but our family has spent years, I think we as a community have spent years, saying that we still have questions. But every Black family heard another lesson. Be careful when you're the only one. Then 18-year-old Nolan Wells. He went to an island for the 4th of July with some of his friends. He was the only Black person in the group. His friends came back, and he didn't. His body was found 2 days later. Now, the sheriff is saying there's no evidence of foul play, and that the investigation indicates a drowning, but his family retained Ben Crump because they want every question answered. And now, whether this was a tragic accident, which, or something else, I know exactly what happened in a lot of Black households after that story broke. Parents started repeating the same rules that they had been repeating for generations. Leave with who you came with. Come back with who you came with. Now, I don't know about y'all, but if I broke any one of those rules, that was my ass. And I think sometimes people hear our rules and assume that we're just expecting the worst from everybody around us. But that's not it. Yeah, there are some good people out there. But that's not what the rules are about. The rules are about understanding if something goes wrong. History has taught us we don't always get the benefit of the doubt. So we over-prepare. I'm 37 years old. My mother still has my location. Some of my friends have my location. My husband has my location. We check on each other. We make sure that nobody gets left behind. Not because we're paranoid, but because somebody loved us enough to pass down those rules before we needed them. And every generation just keeps adding a new one. Were y'all raised with rules that nobody ever explained? Mine were things like leave with. We should have never. The Declaration of Independence that you learned in school.
Christ, this bitch. These niggas are absolutely out of their mind. Absolutely, positively out of their mind.
Now, here's a hot take that's going to piss a lot of people off. Northern whites and Southern whites are not the same thing. Now, before I get into it, I'm going to tell you a little bit about who I am, okay? I'm a Black woman who comes from a very white background, a very white experience. I'm adopted and my entire family is white. I currently live in Georgia, which, if you don't know, is in the southeastern part of the United States. But growing up in the Midwest, I've been to pretty much every single Midwestern state. I've been to Missouri. I've lived in Iowa. I've been to Indiana, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan, North Dakota, South Dakota, Kentucky, Ohio, Nebraska, Kansas, Tennessee, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, New York, Jersey. I've been a lot of places, okay? I have had a lot of experience with white people in the North and a lot of experience with white people in the South. Now, this Nolan Wells issue happened in Mississippi. And what I'm here to say is this never would have happened if this boy lived in Illinois or Wisconsin or Iowa. The reason that I'm saying that is I have grown up with so many white people. If you live in the North, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Oftentimes, white people in the North, in the Midwest, they are our greatest friends, our greatest allies, and something like this happening in those places is simply unheard of. Now, as for the Southern part,
it's unheard of in the South. It's unheard of in the South. I'm tired of you niggas acting like the South is some place where y'all in danger. I'm tired of that shit. Because in Mississippi, every fucking murder is done by a Black person. In Georgia, every murder is done by a Black person. In Florida, most of the murders is done by Black people. Ain't nobody fucking with you niggas in Louisiana. Ain't no white people fucking with no niggas in Louisiana. Ain't no white people fucking with no niggas in Atlanta. Ain't no white people fucking with you niggas in Houston. Ain't no white people fucking with you niggas in Baton Rouge. Ain't no white people fucking with you niggas in Shreveport. Ain't no white people fucking with you niggas in Memphis. This is all bullshit, man. The South. What and what? The South is where there ain't nothing but this is such bullshit, man. This is such bullshit.
That's going to piss a lot of people off.
Hold on,
Northern whites and Southern whites. Workplace cheat code number 2. Now, here's a hot take that's going to piss a lot of people off. Northern whites and Southern whites are not the same thing. Now, before I get into it,
where she at? Right here.
Our greatest friends, our greatest allies, and something like this happening in those places is simply unheard of. Now, as for the southern part of this country, I'm talking about Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, South Carolina, Virginia.
Ain't a white person fucking with no niggas in Birmingham, Montgomery. Ain't no white people fucking with y'all at all. White people staying the fuck away from y'all. Savannah, Atlanta. Stop it. Stop it. White people ain't fucking with you in Bogalusa. You can't find a town where white people fucking with niggas. Press 1 in the South. You can't find one. You can't find one. Salute to Eric S., man. You can't find no place with niggas. You would know about it. Think about it. Think about the things niggas make a big deal about, right? They're making a big deal about this black kid drowning. They're making a big deal about the lady on the train surrounded by the Patriot Front. If there was a town where white people was fucking with niggas, it would be all over The View. It would be all over motherfucking MS Now. It would be all over everybody, every fucking show. It would be all over CNN. You can't find a town where white people are fucking with niggas. It don't exist. You niggas, man. I swear to God, man, you niggas is something else, man. I don't know what I'm gonna do with you niggas, man. Let me get back to the bullshit, man. Everybody hit the like button, man. Sponsor the show, man.
Was shot and killed early this morning in the East Oakland. Was shot and killed early this morning in the East Oakland Hills while walking his dog. The family says the victim was a City of Oakland employee. Our crime reporter Henry Lee live at the Oakland Police Department tonight.
Okay, so there's no suspect in custody. This city worker was shot and killed while walking his dog. Where are you niggas at? Where are you niggas at to help solve this case?
With the very latest on this, Henry?
Well, Claudina's family tells me he started out as a temp and then got a full-time job helping Oakland tackle illegal dumping. And now Oakland police are trying to find whoever gunned him down before he went to work.
Jermaine Newton was a pillar in our community. And, it's unfortunate what happened.
I really can't say exactly what happened other than somebody took his life.
Family and loved ones are in shock after 47-year-old Jermaine Newton was shot and killed while walking his dog at 6:15 Tuesday morning. Frank Newton says he doesn't know why his son will be targeted.
For someone to gun him down, I don't know whether it was a robbery or someone who was just out to get him for whatever reason.
It happened at Leona Drive and Old Quarry Loop in the East Oakland Hills off 580 in a complex of townhomes and condos at the site of the old Leona Quarry. Oakland police spent hours at the scene gathering evidence, a crime scene cleaner responsible for a grim task. Dad says his son Jermaine worked for the city of Oakland picking up trash.
My son, he wasn't a bad kid. He helped everybody he could. He went from parks to illegal dumping, trying to keep the city clean.
We are here, mourning his life, and he's special to our family. He was special to the community.
He was hardworking, had his head back in the right place.
The mother of Jermaine's 21-year-old son, who did not want her face shown, tells me the victim had persevered despite some challenges.
He was a great person. He took a real West Oakland legend away. He was a great father, always there for my son, and we just trying to get through this.
Leroy Gatlin lives in the neighborhood.
I hope they get the guy who did it. I hope they get him, because he doesn't belong on the street. We don't need that.
All I can say is this stuff has got.
You hope they get the guy, man. Well, you know what, man? Listen, man, we got over 1,000 black detectives, online detectives that love working murder cases, man. I'm gonna get them to come onto this case, man. I'm gonna get him to come onto this case. Let me see, what's this guy's name?
Got a full-time job helping Oakland tackle.
Hold on.
Well, Claudina's family tells me he started out as a temp and then got a full.
The family says the victim was a City of Oakland employee. Our crime reporter Henry Lee live at the Oakland
Tuesday morning. Frank Newton says he doesn't know why his son will be targeted.
Can't say exactly.
In our community, Jermaine Newton was a
Jermaine Newton, man. Jermaine Newton, man. Come on, black community. Somebody just shot Jermaine Newton, and the police are not saying that it's not a crime. The police are saying it's actually a crime. It's a murder, and they need your help. I told his family that I was going to get some of you internet nigga detectives to work this case. Don't let me down, man. Don't let me down, internet nigga detectives. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. Don't make me look stupid, niggas. I told this guy that I was going to help him solve his case.
Gatlin lives in the neighborhood.
I hope they get the guy who did it. I hope they get him, because he doesn't belong on the street.
You hear that, black community? You hear that, black community?
Back here in our area, developing tonight, a food delivery driver shot dead, and police believe it may have been a targeted attack. The victim found unresponsive next to his running car. That shooting happening before 10 last night on South Ithan Street in King Sessing. The victim, a 43-year-old man, shot in the head. This is Fox 29 News at 5. I'm Dawn Timoney.
And I'm Sheba Russell. Let's get right out to our Greg Payne. And Greg, when neighbors heard the gunshots, they actually thought it was fireworks.
Yeah, Sheba and Dawn, in this case, we spoke with a gentleman that said once he had heard it, he thought it was fireworks and actually went back into the house. And speaking with those that live in this neighborhood, they say that this is absolutely shocking in this Southwest Philadelphia neighborhood. They say this type of violence doesn't normally happen. This morning, cars along the 1000 block of Ithan Street in Southwest Philadelphia were lined with gun violence advocacy flyers, an unusual sight for the area.
This is like Sesame Street of Philadelphia. This is all like second, third generation owned homes, so everybody knows everybody. They've known each other's families.
But the sunny days this block is known for vanished Tuesday night, shattered by gunfire that turned a familiar neighborhood into a tragic crime scene.
I came home and I saw a bunch of teenagers down on the corner on our street and the street going sideways. And I thought they were trying to steal another car because they've been stealing cars and breaking into them a lot lately. And I went in the house, and as I was saying that to my wife, I heard a loud noise that I thought at the time was a firework.
But sadly, it was gunfire. Police say just before 9:30 p.m. on Tuesday, they responded to reports of a shooting at the 1000 block of Ithan Street. When officers arrived, they found 43-year-old MD Mahfazul Huck lying on the ground, suffering from a gunshot wound next to his car. The engine still running, and inches away, a DoorDash delivery bag.
The spent shell casings, which appear to be rifle rounds, were just a few inches from where the victim's body was laying. Also, just a few inches away was the DoorDash delivery bag. So it appears that this individual was targeted.
Police say Huck was shot in the back of the head. He was rushed to Penn Press.
So they killed the tether, man. So you niggas is off the hook on this one. This guy's a tether. This guy's a tether. You guys don't have to solve this case. Support the channel, man. We got 3 people on the board. Shout out to Neiman, man. Neiman123. Shout out to Neiman123. Shout out to you, man. Hitting the super chat on OckNationNews.com. We got 4 people sponsoring the show today, man. This is. We'd love to have 10. We'd love to have 20, but we'll settle for 10, man. That can sponsor the show, man. And we talking about $5 and $2. Like, we're not talking about like the other channels, 20s and 10s and 50s and shit like that. We talking about like $5, man. We could get some people to sponsor the show. Yeah, you ain't gonna get this truth nowhere, man. These niggas are letting all these unsolved cases go by the wayside and go unsolved. Think about how many. Okay, we've done 3 so far. Like the dude, the family in Baltimore comes home, both of their kids shot, 9-year-old dead, gunshot wound in the bedroom, 15-year-old dead in the hallway. No trace of a suspect. No, nothing, just a mystery. They don't want to touch that. This one, delivery driver, DoorDash driver, shot in the back of the head. Whoever did it vanished. They don't care. They don't care. None of the detectives care.
By gunfire that turned a familiar neighborhood into a tragic crime scene.
I came home and I saw a bunch of teenagers down on the corner on our street and the street going sideways. And I thought they were trying to steal another car because they've been stealing cars and breaking into them a lot lately. And I went in the house, and as I was saying that to my wife, I heard a loud noise that I thought at the time was a firework.
But sadly, it was gunfire. Police say just before 9:30 p.m. on Tuesday, they responded to reports of a shooting at the 1000 block of Ithan Street. When officers arrived, they found 43-year-old MD Mahfazul Huq lying on the ground, suffering from a gunshot wound next to his car. The engine still running, and inches away, a DoorDash delivery bag.
The spent shell casings, which appear to be rifle rounds, were just a few inches from where the victim's body was laying. Also, just a few inches away was the DoorDash delivery bag. So it appears that this individual was targeted.
Police say Huq was shot in the back of the head. He was rushed to Penn Presbyterian Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead.
It's crazy, man. They don't make enough money as it is. So then you got to take into account the fact you're risking your life every time you drop food off. I don't know why anyone would do that job.
But as investigators began accessing information from the delivery route, the tragedy took a bizarre turn.
And police did check with the address. However, it appears that the residents of that property did not make any deliveries.
DoorDash did release a statement about the deadly shooting, saying in part, "We're deeply saddened by this tragic loss. We're fully cooperating with law enforcement to assist their investigation in order to help bring those responsible for this senseless act to justice." Meanwhile, those living on the block are hoping police can track down the suspects in this case.
To have someone literally shot at the bottom of our street is horrible. You just never think it'll happen on your street, really.
Now, at this time, police are looking for 3 male suspects. They say at the time they were all wearing black, and they also had masks on as well. Dawn?
All right, Greg Payne live for us tonight at Philadelphia Police Headquarters. Thank you, Greg.
Wow. So that guy's just dead. No one cares. I mean, a delivery driver doing his fucking job.
Also following breaking news out of Fort Lauderdale, a car window riddled with bullets after an early morning shooting. We just learned it was a young father who was shot and killed. CBS.
Another unsolved mystery. This is the 4th one of tonight. Think about it, y'all. I'm just hitting the algorithm. I'm not doing nothing. I'm just hitting the algorithm. This is the 4th straight unsolved murder. We've got 4 straight unsolved murders in Blackistan. This is the 4th straight one. And you go online and all these niggas talking about is Nolan Wells. That's all they talking about.
Also following breaking news out of Fort Lauderdale, a car window riddled with bullets after an early morning shooting. We just learned it was a young father who was shot and killed. CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner is your reporter live at the scene. And Morgan, you spoke to his father.
Yeah, as you can imagine, the victim's father is devastated. He said his son was a bright young man who had recently gotten in with the wrong crowd. He said that you can see the moment his son walks out of the house seconds before he is shot, that he was just doing household chores.
This surveillance video shows 32-year-old Mike Menard taking out the trash from his parents' house on Northwest 13th Court in Fort Lauderdale at 4:22 this morning. Then you can see him walking out the gate to his car. Seconds later, you can hear gunfire from this video from a neighbor across the street. Then you see a car speed off.
2 police, 3 police, 4 police, 10 police. One of them come to knock the door. They talk to us. They say, Mike, no longer.
Philippe Menard is Mike's father. He said his son leaves behind a 5-year-old daughter, Maya.
I try to be strong. Life goes on. It's done. But I try.
He said Mike was born in Haiti, but moved to the U.S. when he was 3 years old, excelling at school, and was the first in the family to go to college, UCF, with a degree in criminal justice. Philippe said Mike got a job at a law firm in Boca Raton, but recently lost that job.
Since that, You come here, whatever you want.
Just dead. Just dead. Nigga just dead. No one cares. No one gives a fuck. These niggas are cold as ice. They don't care unless a white man or a cop kills you. They do not care. Now, they'll call him a tether, right? They'll call him a tether, right? Okay? They'll call him a tether because, you know, he's from Haiti and shit, right? He from Haiti and all that fly shit, right? Call him a straight tether. They'll call him a straight tether. But their new Messiah, Nolan Wells, his mom is Filipino. His mom is Filipino. Their black Messiah mom is Filipino. Salute to Barry B. Barry B is in the building. Shout out to Barry B. Okay? Okay. All right. So he's a tether. His mom is from the Philippines. His mom is Asian. He's not FBA. Nolan Wells is not FBA. Nolan Wells is not FBA. He's a tether too. Nolan Wells is a tether as well. Right? Both your parents got to be FBA, right? And their parents got to be FBA, and their parents got to be FBA, and both their parents got to be FBA, and both parents on both sides will be FBA, right? Right? He's a tether. This Nolan Wells kid is a tether. That's probably why, right? According to y'all logic, that's why he liked you hanging around them white people. That's why he liked you hanging around them white people, right? Yeah, Pops divested. Pops is like, I'm good, sisters. Thanks, but no thanks, sisters. Pops was like, thanks, but no thanks. I'm Gucci, sisters. Pops was like, nah, I'm good. Pops was, I'm Gucci. No. It's all right. I'm good. No. Thanks, but I'm good. I'm Gucci. Okay? It's been real. It's been real. Huh? It's been real. It's been real, but I'm Gucci. Yeah, man. You niggas, boy. Whoo. You niggas, boy. You niggas ashamed, bro. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves letting all these other murder cases in your community just go unsolved.
With a degree in criminal justice. Philippe said Mike got a job at a law firm in Boca Raton, but recently lost that job.
Since that, he comes here, whatever he wants. You can spend like 3 months, we never see him. He got a girlfriend here, he got a girlfriend there.
He said the violence started recently when this tree in his front yard was set on fire. Then another night, someone shot up their home.
Yeah.
He wants the person responsible for taking
A tree in the front yard was set on fire, then another night someone shot up their home. See, nigga, you got all the evidence. You got little breadcrumbs, niggas. Go solve the case, niggas. Go solve the case, niggas. Go solve the case, niggas.
his son's life to come forward.
It's painful. Today's me, tomorrow it could be somebody else.
Fort Lauderdale police said Mike died in the car. Homicide detectives took over the investigation, removing the white Buick riddled with bullets from the scene and asking anyone with information to come forward.
If you do have any information and you want to remain anonymous, you can contact the Broward County Crime Stoppers. That number is 954-493-TIPS. I'm live in Fort Lauderdale, Morgan Reiner, CBS News, Miami.
I tell you, man, Black America.
And now to a crime alert and a barrage of bullets flying in Fort Lauderdale. A father killed in that gunfire while simply sitting in his car. Local 10's Roy Ramos is live at the scene with why the victim's family believes he was targeted. Roy?
Well, today when we spoke with the father, Nicole, he tells me in the days leading up to this tragedy, his home was shot at. He had trees in his yard that were set on fire. He believes that someone was intent on going after his son. Sadly, his son would lose his life right outside of his own home. The sound of gunfire ringing out in a Fort Lauderdale neighborhood Wednesday morning. The hail of bullets proving to be deadly after the gunman was captured on home surveillance video approaching the victim's vehicle before 9 shots are heard fired. Watch as the shooter then runs back to his car before driving away.
That's right.
Inside that vehicle, we spotted riddled with bullet holes the body of 32-year-old Matt Menard. As we watch relatives console one another after learning their loved one had lost his life, it's his father, heartbroken to find his son gunned down right in front of his home.
Very devastating. We understand that. And like I told you, but I try to be strong.
This video shows Menard walking to his car moments before he was killed, his father telling Local 10 his son was a bright young man who unfortunately hung out with the...
Hung out with the wrong crowd. Niggas, look at all this evidence these niggas got. Look at all this evidence you niggas got.
Walking to his car moments before he was killed, his father telling Local 10 his son was a bright young man who unfortunately hung out with the wrong crowd. Days leading up to the murder, he says his landscaping was set on fire, his home shot at, signs someone was intent on going after his son.
But we heard that at night, but we cannot come out to see. So when we call police, they come in here, they take pictures.
It's detectives with Fort Lauderdale police back out at the home off Northwest 13th Court near 13th Place again, now searching for a killer who took the life of a son and a father himself who leaves behind a 5-year-old daughter. And right now, we do know that investigators with the Fort Lauderdale Police Department are reviewing surveillance cameras from in this area. Meanwhile, if you have any information that could help them catch this man's killer, you are urged to contact them or just call Broward Crime Stoppers. That number, 954-493-TIPS. For now in Fort Lauderdale, Roy Ramos, Local 10 News.
Okay, Roy, thanks a lot. A high.
Three women are still in jail in Del Rio, accused of murdering a mother of 5. The victim, 32-year-old Caroline.
We did this already. We did that already.
Now at 6 o'clock here on 13 News, we're learning new details about a deadly murder-suicide. The woman in this case shot right in the middle of the street.
Now, police are telling us her ex-boyfriend killed her before turning the gun on himself. Tonight at 6, our Ashton Hackman joins us live from Windsor Village Park. This is where friends of that woman who was killed are now getting ready to honor her with a balloon release. Ashton?
Yeah, and they all described her the same way, someone who was selfless, caring, and fun to be around. But they also say they don't want her to be remembered for the way that she died, but for the life that she lived.
Crime scene tape and police lights tell one story. The people who knew Doris Davis tell an even bigger one. Friends called her DJ, selfless, the life of every party. A friend who made sure no one felt left out.
And she's always loud, but she's always caring, like making sure it's like we felt each other's energies.
But what stood out most, they say, was her willingness to put others first, even when friends feared for her own safety.
There were warning signs for sure. He did not want to let her go. He did not want to let her go at all. And she was over the whole situation.
Friends feared that willingness would lead to her death. Police say Monday afternoon, her ex-boyfriend, Javon Lacey, shot and killed Davis before turning the gun on himself. Friends say Davis had been trying to get Lacey to leave her alone and had encouraged her to seek protection from him.
It should never get to this. When someone breaks up with you and tell you they don't want to be with you no more, just leave them alone. It could all be so simple.
Domestic violence advocates say that's often one of the most dangerous times for a victim.
A protection order is not bulletproof, so it's not to say that it would have saved a life at all. However, taking that first step could help through that process of getting to a safer place.
A safer place is exactly what friends wish Davis had found. And now those same friends finding a safe place here at Windsor Village Park for a balloon release here pretty shortly. All of them showing up with blue and white balloons. Obviously a peaceful moment, a quiet moment, and a time to remember.
Jeez. You niggas, boy, I tell you, man. I tell you, man. This one, this is another unsolved one. Yo, at least half of the murders in Black community go unsolved, man.
And who these individuals really were. CBS News Miami's Joan Murray is your reporter live in Pompano Beach at Blanche Ely High School, where the two victims had quite a legacy. Joan?
Yeah, they were very well known here at Blanche Ely High School. The two were more like brother and sister. They attended the school and graduated in 2023. They spent all their time together, and they spent their last moments together.
It's hard to navigate.
Saying a final goodbye to his son was something Arthur Johnson never imagined.
They didn't deserve this.
That's his son, AJ, with his niece, Brianna, during their final year in high school, when AJ was named Mr. Senior and Brianna crowned Miss Blanche Ely.
I raised those kids. They weren't no troublemakers that set the record straight. My son had no type of gang affiliation.
Okay. Early Sunday, AJ, Brianna Johnson, and another friend, he said, were dropping someone off in Miramar when the unthinkable happened. In this surveillance, you see a white sedan pull up next to their rented green Lamborghini, and a shooter starts firing. Brianna was killed. AJ died of his injuries Tuesday. Thank you.
Okay, so we got an influencer, right? This somebody that these people followed online. You know, there's somebody followed online. She was just murdered like a gangster, like a mob. This was a mob hit. She died like an Italian gangster. Niggas don't want to touch it. The killer's still on the loose. Niggas don't want to touch it. Niggas don't want to touch it. This somebody they followed online. Niggas don't want to touch it. But some goddamn half-breed that they get the blame on, that they get the blame his death on white people. You can't find a nigga that's not trying to solve this case.
Nolan's mom, Christine, made it very clear that the only person or people that are allowed to speak on her
her husband or their family's behalf regarding the case is their attorney, Ben Crump, or the legal team. With that being said, Ben Crump got onto the case yesterday. He is a high-profile attorney. He went on Don Lemon's podcast today. I did put part of the video, like a clip of it, in one of my other videos, but I want to talk about some of the things that stuck out to me because it's different when you hear it directly from the family's attorney. I even brought my notebook. I took notes. Okay, so first off, and this is directly from Ben Crump, you can look up the video on YouTube. The family will be having their own independent investigation and autopsy. It is Wednesday, July 8th. The family is supposed to get Nolan's body today, and it's then going to be flown to Washington, D.C. They can have their own private autopsy, and this was all confirmed by Ben Crump. Ben made it very clear that the family, that Christine and his family are just absolutely distraught. They're beside themselves in a horror movie that they just feel like they can't wake up from. That is absolutely justifiable, having to bury your son. And he made it very, very clear that Nolan went missing on Saturday, July 4th. But on Monday, he was preparing for his D1 tryouts. He's a college football player. He was ready, working out, preparing for this. So to find him washed up on the beach dead doesn't.
Division I football
Nolan's mom,
players
Christine,
get
made
murdered all the time.
it very clear that
Division I football players get murdered all the time. Stop it. He wasn't even Division I. He played at a JUCO. But that don't even matter. It's just these niggas are letting a fucking Niagara Falls worth of murders just go ignored. These niggas are standing under Niagara Falls, ignoring it, and focusing on a raindrop, a single solitary raindrop across the other side of a fucking lake. That's literally what niggas are doing. There's a Niagara Falls worth of murders dropping on niggas' heads, and they're worried about a raindrop miles away. One raindrop.
Breaking news. Nolan Wells' body is being flown right here to Washington, D.C. to have... Breaking news. Nolan Wells' body is being flown right here to Washington, D.C. to have an independent autopsy done. Now, the family did hire the Ben Crump law firm to represent them. And I personally am not a fan of Ben Crump and them, but that's another video for another day. But I am glad that they decided to have his body flown to an affluent Black community so that they can get the answers that they deserve. And that's no shade to Mississippi, but I've been watching videos all day that have almost automatically ruled his death as a drowning. And how the hell would you know that without any results being released? So I don't trust it. If you have watched my previous videos, you already know how I feel about Mississippi anyway. So like I said, I'm glad the family did decide to have their own independent autopsy done. And if I don't trust anybody else, I'm gonna trust the professionals right here in the DMV area where there are a lot of affluent Black professionals right here. So we'll see. We ain't blaming nobody. We're not playing detective, but stay tuned. Breaking news. Nolan Wells' body is being flown.
Jesus Christ, man.
Autopsies done on Black children in America. Autopsies done on Black children in America where foul play is presumed to be involved is exactly how this country look at Black Americans. Autopsies done on Black children where there's presumed to be foul play involved in America is exactly how this country look at Black kids. Now they saying that Nolan Wells is presumed to be no foul play involved. Now that was...
Yeah, have you analyzed the evidence? This nigga acts like he went over the evidence, like he saw the police investigation report, and he's like, all right, he just sifted through the files and was like, nah, this is not a complete report. Like, nigga, you don't have the evidence. You don't know anything. You didn't. Guess who pulled that body from in that lake? Guess who had to pull that bloated, wrinkled body from that lake? The goddamn police. Guess who had to put that bloated, wrinkled body on a slab and examine it? The police coroner. You niggas sat home and played with your dick hairs and scrolled on your phones while the police was dredging that lake looking for that nigga. Niggas, you don't hate niggas enough, man. Press 1. You don't hate niggas enough. Press 1.
Quick, number one. Number two, in all of this right here, his family got smart and they said, you know what? We're going to do our own investigation, which as they should. Now, Jackson Sheriff's Department or whatever, they trying to act like, oh, it was no foul play involved. Maybe he just drowned or whatever. At the end of the day, we have to stay on this story. And this is why I say it's so important not to muddy the waters and say the news that we get. Also, if you guys are not following Attorney Ben Crump, you need to be following him because his voice is directly from the family. He's going to be representing the family in this situation. And that's the voice of opportunity when it comes to covering this case the way that we need it covered. Sidebar. Now, the internet is in an uproar right now. And for it to be no foul play, them kids from that school surely coming to the front saying that he was with a girl. And when her family left, he went back to his friend group. And his friend group is known for doing rugs. Yeah, that did hit the airwaves. And these are the kids from the school talking. Not hearsay. I digress. We need justice for Nolan Wells, and there's just nothing else to it. We are not going to let up. This is not something that's trending, and we need to let that be known. Mississippi is on fire right now. Yeah, and the rest of the United States is helping it burn. Hello, I'm just here to bring y'all the news. I'll update y'all when we get some more. I'm just the messenger.
I mean, he is right. Mississippi is on fire. Jackson, Mississippi, which these niggas is ignoring. These niggas is ignoring Jackson, Mississippi. They don't want to talk about Jackson, Mississippi. Let's go to Philly again. We had the Philly last night. We had the DoorDash driver shot in the head. Sailors ran off. Not in custody. Police asking for the community to help find who shot that DoorDash driver in the head last night in Philadelphia. Well, guess what? We got another shooting in Philadelphia last night.
Philadelphia police are searching for the person who shot a taxi driver today in broad daylight.
Taxi cab driver, broad daylight. Taxi cab driver, broad daylight.
Philadelphia police are searching for the person who shot a taxi driver today in broad daylight. Investigators say he was picking someone up when he was shot in the chest. Action News reporter John Paul live for us now near that scene in Germantown with the very latest. John.
Yes, Shar. I mean, this happened just behind me. In fact, the car was here up until 30 minutes ago. We saw family members come take that car away. They tell me the driver is recovering in the hospital as police are searching for a suspect.
It's scary. It's really scary. It's bad out here.
Neighbors in Germantown are on edge tonight after a taxi driver was shot while picking up a passenger on Price Street just after noon today. According to police, the man was shot one time in the chest and was rushed to the hospital in stable condition. We talked to a neighbor who doesn't want to be identified, but heard the shot.
All I heard was a pop. I was in a shower and I assumed it was a firecracker.
Today, the victim's daughter spoke to us off camera. She says her father drives for a private company and was picking up a young passenger. She says that passenger asked for change, and when her dad said he didn't have any money, the suspect pulled a gun and shot him one time in the chest before running off. Detectives went door to door looking for video. We saw them dusting for prints on the vehicle as well. Neighbors say crime like this is rare in the area, and today's shooting left them concerned.
In front of my house, it's on the porch. Anything could happen.
Now, Shari, police are looking for surveillance video of this incident right now. They have not released a description of their suspect. We're live tonight in Germantown. John Paul, Channel 6 Action News. Shari?
Yeah, well, let's hope some clues come up. John, thanks.
Oh, well, here goes a good story. They had Taste of Chicago today.
Well, man, this is one of the best times of years. You can experience all of the flavors that Chicago has to offer. Starting today, the Taste of Chicago back at Grant Park. So we got to check in with our girl.
Well, they're smiling, man. These people are smiling. What does that mean? What does that tell you about Taste of Chicago? These people are smiling, man. Ear to ear. A big festival in Chicago. They're having a huge festival in Chicago. And the news anchors are smiling ear to ear. I wonder what the demographics down here are. I wonder what the crowd looks like. Let's see what the crowd looks like down here, because they smiling. This must be a fun, peaceful event, man, the way they're smiling.
Gabriella Primus live there now. How's it going out there?
Oh, Lauren, it's amazing. And doors just open at 11 o'clock, by the way, today, right here in Grand Park on Columbus. And I was like, are there going to be a lot of people coming right away? It's a work day, it's 11 o'clock. No, people are already lining the streets. That might be a hack for you all. Come earlier. The earlier, the better. Well, if you...
I see a lot of pasty ankles. Press 1. I see a lot of pasty ankles.
Come just north of Buckingham Fountain here in Grant Park. You're going to find Chicago Eats Marketplace. You probably know them from the west side. Well, we're right here in downtown Chicago. Shawnee Jones, thank you so much for having us. We're right back with you where all the action's going. Tell us what you have cooking in this big old pot.
Well, this is our called the turkey neck bag, and it is filled with Southern seasonings, corn on the cob, and then we have our potatoes cooked separately, and they'll all go in a bag, and we sell it, and the name is the Jive turkey leg bag.
Johnny, year number 4 for you here at Taste of Chicago. How big of an honor is it to be asked to come back year after year now?
It's more than an honor because we have so many great talents in Chicago. Like, all of us are good. Like, we are the best. I've traveled all over the world, from Dubai, China, Paris, London. Like, I've literally traveled all over the world, and Chicago is the best city for food.
Well, what would you say, Shawnee? Is it that every restaurant, it seems like at least, all the owners, the chefs I'm talking to, they're excited to talk to one another when they do come to a space like this? Would you agree?
Absolutely, because we don't know everything. Yeah. We don't know everything. We still, out of every...
Okay, that's a salute to them, man, for the niggas not going down there chimping out. Shout out to niggas not chimping out, man. Thank you, niggas, for not chimping out.
46th annual Taste of Chicago is in full swing this hour. Winnie Dortch is live in Grant Park, where it all kicked off at the top of the hour. Winnie?
Hey, good morning. So gates here at the Taste of Chicago just opened. You can see right over my shoulder. Dozens of vendors are here ready to serve you. In my opinion, Chicago is the food capital, and events like this prove it. Well, here at the Taste of Chicago, it will truly satisfy your taste buds. It sure did for me. Early this morning, I chowed down on some ribs from Lexington Betty Smokehouse.
Falls off the bone. Secret to the ribs is great seasoning and patience to make a great product.
More than 80 vendors will be here to give you a little spice and a little sweetness. It's something for everyone on the menu.
We really pride ourselves on finding vendors that truly represent the diversity of our city.
And nothing beats watching someone cook live. Maybe you can take home some tips. That's what's new this year.
We felt this year we wanted to do chef demos, you know what I mean, to bring the chefs into this as well. Besides having restaurants from the south side, the west side, the southwest side, the northwest side, we wanted also to bring chefs in. And like I said, there'll be one every day, and a couple of the chefs that will be participating, like Carrie Nahavidian, Diana Davila, and we're just very happy about that. So if you want to see chef demos, come on down to the Taste of Chicago.
If you're not a drinker, there's something for you too.
We have a new non-alcoholic booth on the south end of the event that has a whole bunch of offerings like different social cocktails, social drinks for people to experience who want an alcohol-free experience.
Cafe Tola.
Look how white people throw with them. White people have a function, man. That shit go on without a hitch, man. Jeez. That shit goes off without a hitch. Look at this
It's a
shit.
beautiful day to take a walk and a beautiful day to come stuff your face with food. So there's even more excitement than normal
Shit goes
here at
off
Taste
without
of
a
Chicago
hitch.
because if you'll
Well, gathering the essentials for a family living through an unthinkable loss. Tables at St. Peter's United Church of Christ in Ferguson filled with items and compassion today, all to support the family of a mother killed while stopping at a Ferguson gas station. Today, I got a chance to hear from the family of Shaquilla Martin, along with members of the community coming together to try and help the family navigate their new reality.
People were just saying, oh, let us know if you need anything, like our condolences, let us know if you need anything. And I was like, we need everything, actually. We will need everything for these babies.
Donations poured in at the St. Peter's United Church of Christ in Ferguson.
Thank you.
People dropped off everything from laundry detergent to shoes, the basics for Shaquilla Martin's family as they navigate raising the 5 children she leaves behind.
I think she would be so proud of us for doing everything right for them. We're all here to support all of them in every way that we can. So I think she would be like, that's my family.
Shaquilla Martin's 5 children range in age from 15 down to 3 years old. Tuesday, June 30th, police say the 35-year-old mom stopped inside the BP gas station on South Florissant in Ferguson. She was there with her 9- and 6-year-old buying slushies. According to investigators, there was an argument inside the store earlier. As Martin and her kids walked back to the car, shots were fired from a vehicle. She was shot and killed.
When we saw the news, we were crying.
So she went to the gas station to buy slushies. There was an argument in the gas station. She left out. The people killed her, shot her, and they gone. Black. Where all the black detectives at to find out who killed this lady? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? The police need your help to find out who killed this lady. Niggas are absolutely positively evil. They don't care about a murder unless they can grift off of it. They only care about murders they can grift off of and extort white people with and use to fuel racial division and help their mythology that, it's so hard to be a black person in America. How many murders have we done tonight? And we're not going back to old cold cases, man. All this shit is new.
with her 9- and 6-year-old buying slushies. According to investigators, there was an argument inside the store earlier. As Martin and her kids walked back to the car, shots were fired from a vehicle. She was shot and killed.
When we saw the news, we were crushed and our hearts went out to Jacoby and Nyla and the family.
Standing arm in arm with two of Shaquila's children are Stephanie Martin and Mary-Kate Baraba.
Look at these white people. What they say, you can't be alone with white people and shit. Ain't that what they said? You can't be alone with white people. These kids in trouble, man. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Man.
Shaquila's children are Stephanie Martin and Mary-Kate Baraba, the children's former elementary principal and teacher.
They are just the most loving family, and there's nothing more I'd rather be doing right now than being here with them as they go through this. I make it an effort to make a promise to my parents, every kid I have, that I will be there for them, for everything, for all things in life, and this is just one of those things.
As the family packs away a U-Haul filled with life's necessities, they say the children are learning to cope with the person they need most, their mom.
We can't give them their mommy back, but we can give them all the love that we have.
Now, there is a GoFundMe for Shaquila Martin's children linked inside this story in the First Alert 4 News app. We have reached out to Ferguson police. No suspect information has been released at this time. Investigators say another man was shot, but he survived with critical injuries. They believe he, too, was an innocent bystander.
Damn.
It's a story of survival that comes with a warning about the video you're about to see.
It is a disturbing video of a mother being shot 9 times with her children nearby. And a Fox Files exclusive, only investigator Chris Hayes talks with that mother who miraculously survived and has this exclusive video.
It happened here on Vicky Place in Delwood, with many people going in.
Damn, bro, why your tie so low? This nigga tie low. Yo, man, your tie long as shit, bro. The fuck? Is it me or is this nigga? Is this dude tie long, man? Tie ain't supposed to be that motherfucker long, is it? This motherfucker tie dragging on the ground and shit, man. The fuck? You throwing me off, man.
Miraculously survived and has this exclusive video.
It happened here on Vicky Place in Delwood, with many people going in and out of this busy market next door, and children were everywhere. And a mom who somehow survived being shot 9 times.
I was dead upon arrival.
Crystal Eddins, sitting next to her son who was with her that day, says she still has all 9 bullets in her body doctors won't remove.
They said they couldn't. It would have caused more damage with them taking them out.
She was with her 3 kids when a man shot her, angry about where she parked.
The man just...
So the last mom, she with her kids, she get in an argument, niggas shoot at her with her kids. This woman, she with her kids, nigga mad about a parking space, he shoot at her with her kids. What kind of community is this, man? What kind of community is this where niggas just up the blicky on women when they with their kids over random bullshit? This the second story in a row. So it's not like it's a trend. You ain't gonna get this nowhere else, man. I'm telling you, you ain't gonna get this nowhere else. But we supposed to believe that, you know, when you around white people, you unsafe. The media is feeding us that when you around white people, you unsafe, man. You know, this is a black woman. A black woman, she was such danger here. Literally, we did back-to-back stories of mothers doing regular tasks. They wasn't in the street. They wasn't fighting. They weren't doing nothing. They were just doing regular tasks, going to the gas station and parking. And some nigga got mad at them while they with their kids and just up the blicky on them while they with their kids. No, that was AI. She didn't really do the she didn't really get naked on the bus. She was charged with that earlier. But that video of her pulling her pants down was AI. That video of this lady pulling her pants down was AI. I want to show you something, guys. You only gonna get this here, man. You only gonna get this here. Let me drop this. Let me drop this on you, man. Everybody subscribe, and also subscribe to OpNationNews.com. Subscribe here and also subscribe to OpNationNews.com. We work the kinks out. Everybody over there watching on OpNationNews.com, have we worked the kinks out? I want to hear from the people. I don't want to say it myself because I mean, you know, I'm all over the place. I'm watching on Rumble. I'm watching on YouTube. I'm looking up shit. I'm Facebook. I'm trying to get the next thing that we're gonna cover up. I'm doing 1,000 things right at one time. You know what I mean? I'm literally got 20 tabs open. But so I want to know the people who's watching on Oc Nation. Is the stream great? Have we worked the kinks out that were in there yesterday that made yesterday's programming kind of fucked up? Have we worked everything out? I'm waiting for their replies. Yeah, man. Listen. Black community is a motherfucker. You a woman, you with your kids, and if a nigga get mad at you, he not gonna say, "Oh man, fuck this bitch, she with her kids." You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna shoot at her. He gonna still shoot at you. You don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You with your kids, and I mean the fact that niggas shoot at a woman over a minor argument or over a parking spot. The fact that a nigga just shoot at a woman is crazy, but the fact that he'll shoot at them when she with her kids is also crazy. And the fact that they get away with that shit, because both cases, there's nobody in custody. The niggas got away with it both times. But I'm going to show you this, man. I'm going to show you this right here. Fast fact, 90% of black male homicide victims across the United States were killed by black men, with over 22,000 killings since the start of 2024, with zero attributed to white supremacists, according to the FBI data and CDC morality records. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? There have been 22,000 black people killed since the beginning of 2024. And crime is down. Remember, crime is down nationwide the last few years. And there have been 22,000 blacks murdered since the beginning of 2024. That's a huge number. 22,000? And none have been reportedly killed by white supremacists. Zero. Zero have been killed by white supremacists. Not white people, but white supremacists. Yeah, 90 by sons. I'm sure about another 6 or 7% by hombritos. Hombritos be killing niggas like shit, bro. Hombritos be whacking niggas. Okay? The black male homicide victimization rate reached 46.1 per 100,000 in 2023, more than 8 times the rate for white males and nearly 6 times the rate for black females. Homicide as the leading cause of death for black males 15 to 34. Can you imagine that? Think about that, man. Homicide is the leading cause of death for black males 15 to 34. Not car accidents. You know what I mean? Not any type of accidents. Not any kind of disease. Getting a nigga smoking your ass is the number one cause of death for blacks 15 to 34. I think people don't understand how ridiculous that is. And it's how these niggas be looking. Can't wait to die. Hit the PayPal, hit the super chat, sponsor the programming, man. Support the channel. Are you guys being entertained? Are y'all being informed? Support the channel. You can support the channel, guys. We got plenty of links for you to support the channel. We got plenty of links. Let's see this mom, man. Let's get back to this mom, this woman.
It's a story of survival that comes with a warning about the video you're about to see.
It is disturbing video of a mother being shot 9 times with her children nearby. And a Fox Files exclusive, only investigator Chris Hayes talks with that mother who miraculously survived and has this exclusive video.
It happened here on Vicky Place in Delwood, with many people going in and out of this busy market next door, and children were everywhere. And a mom who somehow survived being shot 9 times.
I was dead upon arrival.
Crystal Eddins, sitting next to her son who was with her that day, says she still has all 9 bullets in her body doctors won't remove.
They said they couldn't. It would have caused more damage with them taking them out.
She was with her 3 kids when a man shot her, angry about where she parked.
The man just walked up and he was like, "Get out of my mama property."
She was parked along the street where surveillance video shows the shooter unload.
Armed with 2 weapons, dual.
Look at that shit. He with a bunch of the nigga not like alone. There's a bunch of people out here. He just blamed the woman with her kids. Can you help us find black community? All you black nigga detectives, can you help us find these people? Can you help us find these people, nigga detectives?
This video shows the shooter unload.
Up and he was like, "Get out of my mama property."
She was parked along the street where surveillance video shows the shooter unload.
Armed with 2 weapons, dual wielding them, and double firing simultaneously at the same time.
That's North County Police Cooperative Sergeant Ben Santoyo.
The amount of children that were present was absolutely breathtaking in this specific scenario.
Police arrived and worked to stop Eddins' bleeding and get her to breathe.
She literally died on the scene and would have stayed dead without the intervention of these officers.
Tears from Eddins as she remembers not feeling anything, but only hearing her daughter.
She just kept screaming out, "Mama, no. Mama, no, please, no."
Her daughter, Rayana.
She's strong, very strong. And because most people can't, like, they don't make it, or they can't do what she doing.
It happened Halloween 2025.
Why this little girl gotta have a bonnet on, and why they not thanking the cops? I'm a stickler, man. I know I'm an asshole. I'm a fucking asshole. Why does she got on a bonnet, and why did they not thank the cops that saved her life? Because if it wasn't for these cops.
Her daughter.
She just kept screaming out, "Mama, no. Mama, no, please."
And would have stayed dead.
Look at this cop right here.
Died on the scene and would have stayed dead.
Yeah, look at that evil white man. Look at that evil white man giving this lady who looked like half a crackhead. This lady looked like half a crackhead. She bleeding all over the place. And this white man come over here and just give her CPR.
Arrived and worked to stop Eddins' bleeding and get her to breathe.
She literally, in this specific scenario.
Police arrived and worked to stop Eddins' bleeding and get her to breathe.
She literally died on the scene and would have stayed dead without the intervention of these officers.
Tears from Eddins as she remembers not feeling anything, but only hearing her daughter.
She just kept screaming out, "Mama, no. Mama, no, please, no."
Her daughter, Rayana.
She's strong, very strong. And because most people can't, like, they don't make it, or they can't do what she doing.
It happened Halloween 2025. The video only released now because the alleged shooter has now been captured. The suspect's name, not yet publicly released, will follow the case in court.
I'm still here with my kids. They still got their mama.
For the Fox Files, I'm Chris Hayes.
And while all 3 of Eddins' children were with her that night, they were not hurt.
You want to see how white people die? You want to see how white kids die? Let me show you how white kids die.
An 8-year-old died in LaSalle County after being struck by lightning. It happened on Friday as severe storms rolled through. WGN's Courtney Spinelli talked with the girl's family about the loss.
She changed people. She changed people.
But in seconds, a cruel act of Mother Nature changing everything for 8-year-old Kinsley Sheeta's family.
You never would expect it. We're just sitting there, and we just lost our dog earlier in the day, and we're just sitting there grieving that, and we get a phone call and frantic, and it's like, what do you mean she was struck by lightning?
An afternoon with cousins in the backyard of a home in rural Serena, turning tragic Friday. A distant rumble of thunder prompting Kinsley's uncle, no stranger to weather patterns, to tell the girls to get off the swing and come inside.
Kinsley was just climbing off, and all of a sudden, in an instant, I mean, there was no warning, and then there was no other lightning, and it came right in between the tree.
Kinsley's younger cousin, only 3 feet away, somehow unharmed. Her mom, aunt, and uncle, among others, outside when it happened, doing everything they could after already doing exactly what experts say you should when thunder sounds.
If it, like I said, accident, you think you'd have a time to try to save a life, and they did try CPR and everything. My son and my daughter on her own daughter, and being a nurse, you know, she took that real hard. She, you know, can't save her own daughter.
This loss especially devastating for Chris Scheib and his wife, playing a huge part in raising their granddaughter. A sweet girl who exemplified joy, loved everyone, and had a passion for singing and dancing. From a young age, pretending she was the star of her own show. The soon-to-be third grader at Rutland Elementary School, leaving a major impact on her classmates and teachers, her friends and family, now looking for comfort by remembering the simple and silly things Kinsley found joy in, like her love of pickles.
She just was a good soul, you know. She didn't have a mean streak in her body.
The good Kinsley put into the world, coming back in the form of community support. Her family overwhelmed with gratitude as they figure out how to put one foot in front of the other.
You try to muddle through it, I guess. I never had to deal with this in my life until now, and it's changed me. I think we're all broken.
Courtney Spinelli, WGN News.
Fireworks lit up the night sky in Douglas Park, but on the ground, chaos was unfolding. During the July 4th teen takeover in the 1300 block of South Fairfield Avenue, Chicago police say some people were firing fireworks at officers as they tried to break up the massive crowd. Amid the confusion, 19-year-old Quotangelo Temple says he wasn't there for
who? 19-year-old who?
Amid the confusion, 19-year-old Quotangelo Temple says he wasn't there for the takeover, but was treated like it.
Basically just threatening us, telling us they were going to take us to jail, pulling out their sticks, telling us go before they put us in jail, and just cursing at us.
His face hidden because of his visible injuries. The Chicago native and linebacker at an Iowa community college says he was here for one reason only: to convince his 16-year-old brother to leave, but instead had an encounter with Chicago police.
He pushed me in the middle of the street, and then I turned around, and then I said, can you stop putting your hands on me?
What made you come get your brother? What was it that made you say, I need to get my brother off of this block?
Yeah, because we don't hang on this block. We always grew up to not hang around, you know, gangbangers and stuff like that. And team takeovers, we seen what happened with the last one.
Moments later, Temple says his plan to get his brother home took a dramatic turn. Video captured during the chaos shows at least 6 officers surrounding one person. It's difficult to clearly identify who is in the middle of the crowd. Temples claims that person is him and alleges he was being attacked by officers.
It was two police officers. One of them had struck me in my eye. Then there was a taller police officer that had struck me in the back of my head with a stick.
Chicago police would only say while officers attempted to set a line and control the crowd, Temples battered one of their officers. They also say minutes before Temples' arrest, another woman was taken into custody after allegedly battering officers during the same disturbance.
Well, I do apologize if they did thought that I was, coming up trying to be aggressive, hit them or anything like that, because I didn't swing on none of them at all.
Temples.
If I did thought if I did thought.
Officers during the same disturbance.
Well, I do apologize if they did thought that I was, coming up trying to be a.
If they did thought.
After allegedly battering officers during the same disturbance.
Well, I do apologize if they did thought that I was, coming up trying to be aggressive, hit them or anything like that, because I didn't swing on none of them at all.
Temples now has 2 charges: resisting or obstructing a peace officer and aggravated battery to a peace officer. That's a felony. He tells Fox Chicago he suffered a fractured eye socket and a gash to the back of his head. The sophomore linebacker says the consequences could extend far beyond the courtroom. He worries the felony case and his injuries could cost him playing time, scholarship opportunities, and his chances of playing college football at the next level.
Honestly, I could lose playing time. Maybe I won't play this year because of the fraction around my eye and then a dash in my head. I don't know if it would lead to a concussion.
We captured the 19-year-old going door to door, hoping to get surveillance video to support what he says happened. Fox Chicago has also requested body cam video as well.
Why come down to get your brother from a teen takeover? What would be your response to that?
Why would any kid want to be out here on a teen takeover no matter what can happen? It could be a shooting, maybe get hit by a firework.
Temples returns to court July 13th. He says the fireworks, the chaos, and the arrest can't change why he was there. He went to protect his brother. He says now he's fighting to protect his future.
I wouldn't say I have any regrets, but I wish the officers could have just approached me differently. Did disregard of what they had going on. They was frustrated with the kids and all that stuff. That don't mean just take that anger out on me.
Tia Ewing, Fox Chicago.
Jeez.
We have 2 crews following 2 breaking stories right now on 5 on your side at 10, including a child death investigation spanning 2 states.
First, police are on the scene of a deadly shooting in Normandy. This happened outside the Domino's on Natural Bridge near Lucas and Hunt. 5 on your side's Laura Barczewski joins us live, and she is working to get new information from police. Laura.
Mike and Kelly, as you mentioned, I am still working to get details, getting new details every few minutes right now. What I can tell you is that around 8 o'clock, a man was shot here outside the Domino's, and police are still looking for the suspect and his vehicle. I'm going to step out of the way. You can see this is a very active scene still. We have St. Louis County Police as well as Normandy Police here on the scene. Multiple police vehicles stretching halfway down the block. There is still a very active crime scene outside the Domino's, and lots of police officers talking with people in the area, as well as trying to figure out what happened. From my conversations with people on the scene here, they've told me they believe it may have been a delivery driver who was shot after an argument with a customer, but that is only from people here at the scene. Officials have not confirmed that the man who was killed was a delivery driver here at the Domino's. They are still working again to find the suspect and the suspect's vehicle. They're still working to find them and have not released any information about exactly what that argument may have been, if it was an argument that ended in this man's death. I overheard some family may have been on scene. It's a very emotional scene right now. So they are all here kind of watching on the sidelines on Natural Bridge. Again, this is on Natural Bridge, right next to the Lee's Chicken outside the Domino's in Normandy. And we will continue to get you more information. I did reach out to police and speak with some of the officers here on scene, and they said they are going to send a statement at least here soon to give us some more insight into exactly what happened. So I will bring that to you as soon as I get it. Reporting live in Normandy, Laura Barczewski, 5 on your side.
Wow.
Milwaukee is a safer community, and compared to last year, violent crime is down 8%. This is great news for our community.
New at 5, Milwaukee city leaders celebrating a significant decrease in overall crime so far this year. That includes a drop in homicides. While the numbers on paper reflect progress, not everybody feels this. One neighborhood is seeing trouble at Sherman Park. Shootings there have more than doubled. Tonight, TMJ4's Ben Jordan brings the concerns of one Sherman Park mom directly to the chief of police.
In the first half of the year, MPD data shows there were fewer than 50 homicides, marking a 30% decline compared to this time last year. But one Milwaukee neighborhood on the north side is seeing the opposite, with a more than 200% increase in shootings.
There's always an issue with crime in this neighborhood.
It's a problem Delana Reed has witnessed get worse, and she says it's now affecting her family.
I have a family of 5, and I can't even bring them to the tot lot across the street. So
Why is that?
It's not safe. There are teenagers constantly doing inappropriate things.
While MPD crime data shows overall shootings across the city are down nearly 30%, where Delana lives in Sherman Park has gone from 4 shootings this time last year to 13 this year.
I know, there's a staffing issue. I know they've been having a hard time getting people to want to be police in Milwaukee. But that doesn't mean that we can neglect the things that need our attention.
Reed says she wants to see more officers during peak crime hours. What would you say to the Sherman Park mom I spoke with who says she doesn't feel safe taking her kids to the tot lot across the street due to crime in the area?
First of all, I'll say I hear you and I see you.
We went to a news conference to ask the police chief what Reed wants to know. Some in the community, in Sherman Park in particular, want to know if MPD has the capacity to put more resources in that particular area. How do you respond to that?
Yes, we do. We do. I think that is important to show that we see these type of flare-ups and issues that we do, but there is a thing about over-policing.
Reed understands the concerns about over-policing neighborhoods, but also believes more officers in the area could be a positive.
When some people have interactions with the police, they do tend to change their behavior sometimes. So if we could get that over here where they're just stopping by, making their presence known, it would deter a lot of that, negative behavior.
Overall, major crimes are down 7% across the city, according to MPD data. It is important to note the Milwaukee police chief says 98% of murders within the first half of the year have been solved. Reporting in downtown Milwaukee, Ben Jordan, TMJ4 News.
Wow. Those stories, I'm speechless. They ain't need no commentary on those ones.
Questions, speculation, and still no answers. Tonight,
That's a lie. The police said that there was no crime committed. You did get answers. The niggas online didn't get no answers.
Questions, speculation, and still no answers. Tonight, the mystery surrounding the death of 18-year-old Nolan Wells, a Southwest Community College football player, is only deepening. The body of Nolan Wells was found on Horn Island after he disappeared over the July 4th weekend. 16 WAPT's Kamari Hamer in the studio tonight with the latest on this investigation. Kamari.
Well, Troy, we now know that the body that was found on Horn Island is Nolan Wells. The Jackson County coroner was able to identify the body due to dental records.
As investigators work to separate facts from speculation, the Jackson County Sheriff's Office is renewing its call for witnesses. The sheriff says detectives still need help piecing together Wells's final hours.
I would urge anyone that had information or was on the island to let us interview you and take down as much information as we can to really piece together and figure out what may have happened.
The 18-year-old was found dead on Horn Island Monday morning. According to law enforcement, Wells's friends left the island while he stayed behind. Nolan was supposed to take a different boat back to the mainland on Saturday, but never did. The student athlete played wide receiver at Southwest Community College and was getting ready for his sophomore season. This is video and an interview from the day Wells signed to play football at the college.
Truly a blessing, just being here with some of my best friends, teammates, and we're all going to college together, most of us, so it's just truly a blessing to be here.
While Wells's family is not speaking out just yet, some have taken to social media to express their condolences. Southwest Community College sent out a statement saying, in part, Nolan was an exemplary student, athlete, friend, and teammate. The Moss Point Jackson County NAACP branch also expressed their thoughts towards the victim and said in part, "The loss of a young life is heartbreaking, and our prayers are with everyone who loved Nolan." The Wells family has retained nationally known civil rights attorney Ben Crump, whose legal team says it plans to conduct its own independent investigation into the teen's death.
And as of right now, the sheriff's office says there's no reason to suspect foul play and autopsy results are pending. Reporting live inside the studio, Kamari Hamer, 16 WAPT News.
Wow. Listen, man. It goes on and on and on, man. On and on and on and on. Jeez.
A tragic development in the case of a 9-year-old girl shot in her home. This little girl here has died.
Loved ones say a bullet struck 9-year-old Jade Reiser in her head last week as she sat in her bedroom. But
did you hear about her? She was sitting in her bedroom and a bullet hit her in the head. Straight bullet. These niggas just shooting. She was sitting in her bedroom and a bullet hit her in the head. Did you see any TikToks about this girl? Did you see any YouTubers talking about this girl? Yeah, man. We had what, 4 people sponsor the show? We had 4 people from YouTube sponsor the show tonight. I think it's about time for me to cut off YouTube, man. We had 4 people from YouTube sponsor the show in 3 hours. In 3 hours, we had 4 people from YouTube sponsor the show. Like $5 and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Salute to all y'all that sponsored the show though, but we do need more support from YouTube, man. From people watching on YouTube. We do need more support. In the future, man. You know, we're gonna do a show tomorrow. I'm gonna cut out of here. I'm gonna keep it live on my channel, man. I'm gonna keep it live on OckNationNews.com. But yeah, YouTube, man, we gotta do better than that, YouTube. This is crazy. 3 hours, 3 people, couple dollars here, there. You can't get this nowhere else. It ain't like and shout out to the Manosphere, but it's like a bunch of different dudes that you can go to in the Manosphere. Press 1. In the Manosphere, And I do watch the dudes in the manosphere. But you can go to this guy and get something. You go to that guy and get something. You can go to that guy and get something. You know, this guy get something. It's the only place you can get this. Press 1. It's the only place you can get this. On the way out, press 1. It's the only place you can get this. Be honest. The only place. It ain't like 20 different dudes talking about black women weaves and shit, and you know what I'm saying? And all them dudes don't talk about that shit, but you know what I'm saying, just for lack of a better term. You can't get this nowhere else. Press 1 on the way out. I'm gonna see y'all YouTube. I'll see y'all tomorrow. We're gonna continue on the rest of the show on OpNationNews.com. Stream is fixed. Stream has been finally fixed. That's why I waited till now. I waited till I got the stream, until my guy came back and told me the stream was fixed. So I waited till that. But yeah, salute. See you guys later on YouTube. If you want to continue watching the show, go to OpNationNews.com and you can watch the last hour of the show. See you later. I'll see y'all tomorrow on YouTube.